speaking of good leadership, Governor DeSantis is simply the best of the best. There is no one who is a better leader in this entire country than Ron DeSantis. I will die on the hill.
There is no better governor.
I still maintain he is the best leader in the country, bar none. And I know the Trump people will get after me, but there is no better leader. There is no one who goes after proactively and gets results better than Ron DeSantis. And he, especially when it comes to times of disaster, man, he is all over it there immediately and helping others. And so he talked about the lack of the federal response when he was outside one of these restaurants that had faced a lot of damage. Here he is.
I think most of the effort should be in Western North Carolina right now, because you still have active rescues that need to take place. I mean, just think about, it's almost like if this area were totally cut off and every road was destroyed and all this, but you can still get places by boat. There, you can't do that. You're in, and I just think they should really, the federal government should focus on that. We're running rescue flights. We're happy to do it, but I know the federal government has more assets than the state of Florida has. So there should not be anybody left behind in those communities. And we're happy to do it. I mean, look, if we can bring people back from Israel by the hundreds when Hamas is raining rockets down, you know, we should be able to get some helos into the Blue Ridge Mountains and get people out of there. But, I mean, you know, as bad as it is to see a restaurant hammered or see homes, you don't want loss of life. That is the one thing we can't rectify. You know, we can always rectify property. We can rectify infrastructure. You can't rectify the loss of life. And, you know, my fear is just having those areas cut off. It's a very difficult mission. So we're in the mission. We're in the fight. We're going to be bringing people back to safety, and we'll keep doing that as long as it's necessary.
This is where he shines, man.
Yeah, he really does.
I mean, this is where when drama happens, when times are tough, when there's a catastrophe, he steps up. I mean, this guy knows how to do it. Like, this is who you want in charge.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right. And he is calling out the federal government. And in so many words, he basically was like, these people are freaking useless. He didn't say that, but that's what I inferred it. You know what I mean? Like, you're listening to him and he's just like, this is all, they have the resources. We don't. They're not stepping up because they're freaking losers. At least that's my paraphrase for you.
No, I think that's absolutely right. He was absolutely calling them out.
Yeah.
And then the woman that owned the restaurant that he just referenced was there to speak, and she was like overcome with emotion about the support that she's gotten from Governor DeSantis.
I'm not very good at this, but thank you all for coming. First of all, I want to thank the Lord for our safety.
God bless her.
And Governor DeSantis, oh my gosh, I cannot say enough. If every state had a governor like him, our country would be so much better.
She's right.
Thank y'all for being here. We're going to do everything we can to get back up and going. Our community is suffering. Let's all help one another. One little funny thing, maybe, or it was to us, we have a new hashtag. It's hashtag MRGA, make Roy's great again. So we're going to go with that. Thank y'all so much.
So sweet.
God bless her. You're going to meet like 1 million of them when you move to Beaufort.
I love that accent. I cannot get enough of the drawl.
Sweet Southern ladies like that, you know, that are just God-fearing, sweet Southern lady. The best. Best of the best. I love that.
And here is a woman who was interviewed by one of the news stations about the federal response, and she did not hold back.
The government is doing enough?
Honestly, I don't know how you did not have a formal press conference or something from either President Biden or Kamala Harris. I mean, how do you not say anything for 4 days? They've been stranded for 4 days, and this is the first we've heard from them at all. FEMA is not on the ground there at all.
Hell?
They are not in these cities, not in these towns, and not in these villages.
What in the world?
I know.
What is wrong with these people? And where are all the celebrities doing their black and white PSAs?
Great
know?
question.
It's like, where's Kanye? Remember Kanye? George
He's off
W.
parading his wife naked somewhere.
Right. Exactly. She's got to be like showing her nipples out in public at public restaurants in front of kids. I mean, because remember what he was like? George W. Bush doesn't like black people. Remember that?
Yeah, but that was black people. I guess he doesn't think there are black people in Asheville and surrounding areas.
I feel like there are a couple that live there.
I feel like there might be
Maybe there's
too.
a few, like in some of these areas, like in the Atlanta area, other areas. There are some. So I mean, like, where are all the celebrities now that were pissed off when a Republican was in charge, and they felt like he screwed it up? Now it's like there are these two loser Democrats that have completely effed this up. Crickets.
Yeah.
Where is Ben Stiller? Where is Robert De Niro? Where is George Clooney? Where are they? Where's Alyssa Milano? I haven't heard from her in a while. She's been awfully quiet. She used to bitch and moan all the time when Trump was in charge, and now crickets.
Or we're just not having her show up in our algorithms. Thank God.
I feel like she's just quiet. She's just quiet. It's kind of like AOC not being at the border. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just don't say anything. It's like the 350,000 kids that have been trafficked across the border. She just doesn't want to talk about it. It doesn't affect her now. But when Trump is in office, kids in cages are a thing.
Yeah.
It's interesting how that works.
I mentioned how much humanity can suck. And when you see the worst of people is oftentimes in crisis. And here is a fellow in one of the impacted areas talking about what he's seen. And it just makes me seethe.
So update right now, the biggest problem after Hurricane Helene is just you're not able to move. Some of my friends just try to go to Tennessee. The roads are completely blocked off. You're not getting out.
God, that sucks.
We're trapped in. There's a lot of looters. Please stay safe. Stay inside. If you have a weapon, keep it on you, because there are people intentionally sabotaging stuff. So over on I-40, there was some truckers coming in with supplies and medical stuff trying to help us. They stopped at a truck stop to get some rest. When they woke up, their tires were slashed.
Oh my God.
Nothing was stolen, just tires were slashed.
The hell?
The same thing is happening all over the place. People are intentionally just vandalizing stuff, not stealing, just vandalizing. And then there's looting happening in all the stores. I'll come back with an update in about 5 or 6 hours. Everyone stay safe.
I cannot believe that they would slash the tires of the truckers bringing in supplies. What kind of monster do you have to be to do that?
Yeah, I can't either. But you're right. And it's like, it is a testament of humanity. There's just some awful, horrible people out there.
Oh God, it just makes me so sick to my stomach. Here's one of the folks working with first responders, just talking about I know it's hard for people that are on the ground there to describe to us just how bad it is, but he's trying.
Got out of the water. We're up at the local emergency operations center. They have a Starlink set up, and water rescues are continuous. So the mud is insane here. The amount of bridges that are out, the amount of landlocked, stranded people is unbelievable. There's still plenty of people completely unaccounted for. Keep these locals in your prayers, because I've been doing this since 2013. I got some guys with me that have done it 30 years, and they've never seen anything like this. God. It's wild. The pictures and videos are nothing compared to seeing it in person. I don't even know how it's possible that it happened. But the job goes on.
It's just awful,
Yeah. And there's the fact that when you think about how much money we have spent on Ukraine at this point, and how now we're like facing this crisis where we don't have enough resources to help people, that is so infuriating. And so there are some memes, as you might expect. This one by the Virginia Product, when you translate it, says, "Help, Mr. Biden. We need your help for our Ukrainian town of Asheville in the Ukrainian state of North Carolina."
Yeah,
this is like the only way they can get attention.
Yeah, it's right? Like I saw, what was it, Donald Trump Jr. yesterday put out a thing saying we should just identify We should identify as Ukraine.
Yeah.
And maybe he would give us some freaking money and some time. It's like, it's true. It's gross. I mean, are people getting it? Do you think people are on the left are getting it now, or do they just not give a shit about these people?
Well, people on the left only care about certain people, as you can see from this. This idiot said, we put together a list of resources at the 19th for those looking to donate. We focused on mutual aid groups and organizations on the ground that are helping LGBTQ plus people and those seeking abortions.
What in the world? Oh my gosh. We got to help. We got to help just one group of people, and then the women who are looking to kill their kids.
Right. That's the priority right now.
What? Oh my God. The evil is off the charts. I can't.
Right? Just they're ghouls. These are absolute
ghouls.
ghouls.
It's crazy.
And then when you think about leftists and their wish lists of changes that they would make to America right now if they could, when tragedy like this strikes, this was the perfect summary of everything. Like this person said, things that helped me survive Helene: a gas car, a gas stove, a gas water heater, a gas chainsaw, and cash. Things that are useless: electric cars, electric appliances, debit cards, the city bus, the government, diversity, and my tax dollars in Ukraine.
Amen to all of that.
Right?
Amen. Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
Yeah. And another thing you probably need is a firearm. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That would be the one thing that I would add with some ammo. Yeah.
And then when Kamala finally got off the campaign trail for a hot second to actually realize that this was going on, she decided to visit FEMA headquarters. And imagine, if you will, somebody who wants to be the leader of the free world, if you cannot speak for 1.5 minutes, 90 seconds, extemporaneously about what has happened and how tragic it is and how much you want to help, you are not fit to lead.
No.
If you need a script for that, you are not fit to lead. And yet she needed a script. We're not going to play the whole thing, but you need to know, look at how much she looks down at a piece of paper to say what should be off the cuff.
To everyone who has been impacted by this storm, and to all of those of you who are rightly feeling overwhelmed by the destruction and the loss.
My God.
Our nation is with you. And President Biden and I and all of the folks behind me are with you. We will continue to do everything we can to help you recover and to help you rebuild.
No, you're not. What an absolute piece. She's an absolute piece of crap. This woman is, wow. She is so inept. It is pathetic.